Griffith University School of Medicine in the Gold Coast, Australia. I'm also the president and founder of the OCI Foundation, an international NGO registered in both Nigeria and Australia. We are the NGO that's behind the ArOY Youth Health Campaign, otherwise known as the ArOY Health Campaign, which is the OCI Foundation's initiative for Nigerian youths in the fight against breast and cervical cancers. We've been running through a number of modules to help prepare Nigerian teachers in senior secondary schools as we plan to roll out this ArOY Youth Health Campaign across all senior secondary schools in Nigeria. On this occasion, we are looking at the module of when to teach, who to teach, and how to teach. So we are trying to get them ready to know when, who, and how to teach. So a few outlines here as to what we're going to cover. We're going to look at when and who to teach first, and then we're going to look at how to teach. And finally, there will be a few trial quizzes, which is designed not to test how brilliant the teachers are, but to make sure they've engaged with the program and they've understood what we want them to understand. It also helps to focus their energy on the areas to pay attention to. It's compulsory for the teachers if they're going to be teaching these programs, but it's very easy to get the required scores. And even if you fail it, just relax and do it again. You would have been shown the answers, and then you should be able to get the right scores. So when and who to teach. Now, it's for boys and girls, not just the girls. So this is very important we understand this, particularly for those in mixed schools or those in boys-only schools. This program is for the boys as well. As we went through the introduction, we explained the reasons why the boys are very important. The girls need them to take up these programs. Girls need them to screen and to vaccinate, to find the money to do this. And also because pressures from men also influence the girls into, practices that will trigger off cervical cancers. Now, these programs need to be repeated for each term and each class. Now, this is very important, for the teachers to know that for each term, say in SS1, you will do this program first term, second term, third term. So you repeat exactly the same content in first term, second term, and third term. And as they go to SS2, you repeat the same program again. And in SS3, the same programs are repeated. This is very, very important. So it's not just a one-off. You do the same program, cervical cancer in week 3, breast cancer in week 4 in SS term. Then that's it. You do the midterm test, do the exams. Then still in SS1, term 2, you also do it in week 3, you do cervical cancer. Week 4, you do breast cancer. In term 3 of the same SS1, you also repeat it in weeks 3 and 4. Then as they go to SS2, it's repeated again, terms 1, 2, and 3, and in SS3 the same. So at the end of the day, we are looking, and this is for all terms in each year, like I already explained, first term, second term, third term, for SS1, SS2, SS3. This is extremely important. And what you find is that each student will have 9 opportunities to go through the same lesson. It's part of why this is sustainable, and it's part of why we intend to get the good results. Our previous research just showed us that if you leave it in one lesson, people forget and it doesn't become part of them. And research has also shown that repetition is one way to instigate changes in behaviors. So this is one repetition, one embedded factor and secret feature of this ArOY Youth Health Campaign that makes it better than, or makes it unique and set up from other programs. Now, overall, each student gets taught and examined 9 times before they graduate from any senior secondary school in Nigeria. So it's not an overflow and it is not an overdue. This is the right way to do it based on the research we have. Now, each, as already hinted, we expect each school to choose 2 different weeks. And these weeks, so in each term, they choose 2 weeks when to teach it. Breast cancer will be taught separately, and cervical cancer will be taught separately. But these 2 weeks will be one dedicated for breast cancer, the other one dedicated for cervical cancer. They must be before the midterm exam of each term. So it must be done, but that's why we're mentioning weeks 3 and 4. Weeks 1 and 2 may be too early because most students are not back, but week 3, most of them are back. You can teach 45 minutes for cervical cancer or breast cancer. Then the next week, another 45 minutes for breast or cervical cancer. Then the midterm test, which should include these exams, or the questions on this. And then they finish the term, end of term exam, they also have it. Then when they come back for term 2 in the same class of SS1 or SS2 or SS3 as the case may be, this program is taught again. Very important. So for example, it could be week 3 for breast cancer, week 4 for it could be vice versa. It doesn't have to be strictly in this form. So how to teach, a total of 90 minutes is needed for both cancer teachings. All right. Now, this is split separately for breast cancer and then for cervical cancer, 1 week apart. So each teaching will last for 45 minutes. So of the 90 minutes, 45 will be for breast cancer, the other 45 will be for cervical cancer. The first 45 minutes will include all aspects of this breast cancer. So we're going to do that in the next module. But the first 45 minutes in the first week will be for breast cancer or cervical cancer. The second 45 minutes will include all aspects of cervical cancer. Very, very important. And then we have the ArOY Youth Health Campaign textbook. So every school will have these books in their libraries. And then they should be for teachers and for students. So the teachers can use it to prepare their teachings and to set their questions and exams. The students will also use it to teach, to learn. So it will be in the libraries, not for take home. It should be in the exclusive parts of the library stands, and they'll be used and returned. Now, the teaching should cover all aspects, again, shown in subsequent slides. The Survey Breast app is also a guide. It's mainly for teachers, but it's for those with smartphones. So you don't have to use it for schools. The students are not expected to download it unless they have smartphones, but it is for teachers to use on their own phones to learn for themselves and to teach the students, and also for those not in schools. Now, the students can be referred to the library to read the textbooks and to prepare for their exams. For those with smartphones, to download the Survey Breast app. So this is how to teach. This is what to teach. This is how to know when, what timings you have to allocate for the teachings, how to get your preparations for the teachings ready, and all of that. This is the end of this module. It's a brief module. Thank you very much for listening. And then let us join hands to arm our youths, to arm them while they are young, arm every single one of them, and do so right now. Let's do this for our families, for our states, and for our country. Thank you very much.